Good evening, everyone. Hope you having a great evening and that the exam preparation is going well. We will just wait for 5 minutes for others to join because they keep on interrupting us. So yeah, let's start at 5 past. It is 6 minutes past 6. We will start with the class. I believe we've given everyone a chance to join. And I always start with finding out how you guys are doing, how are things going, and Taryn joined earlier and we had that conversation already. So if anyone wants to start, they can start sharing, or I will just call the names based on what I see from the screen. Donald.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Yeah, ma'am, I'm doing fine under circumstances. So, yeah, I'm hopeful that once again this class will assist us with our exam next week. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for sharing. Pamela.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Good, and you?
Well, thank you. Everything from my side is going according to plan. I'm just waiting to hear from this class so that I can continue with my revision.
Okay, that's great. It's always encouraging to hear that everything is going according to plan. And others also get encouraged as well, even though they may feel that they're not prepared or they don't have enough time. But if they can, if they can hear that, you know, things are going well for others, they get motivated. Pinky.
Good
Hi.
afternoon. Hello,
Hello, Pinky.
how are you?
We're good, and you?
I'm good. For me, preparations are going okay-ish. Not yet satisfied that I'm ready, but there's a way forward, there's direction. Because my biggest challenge was that I had not started with calculations, but I started with them this week. And already I'm feeling a little bit comfortable, like 60% comfortable with them. So I'm hoping maybe by the end of the weekend, I'll be satisfied with the calculations.
Okay, that's great. We're gonna go through some calculations as well. Hopefully that will help.
Thank you.
Dineo.
Good afternoon. How are you?
We're good, and you?
I'm good. I'm actually writing back-to-back subjects. Like this week, I had 2 subjects. Next week, I'm writing one Monday, and then I'm writing this one on Tuesday. So I'm not really prepared because it's just a lot. So I hope from this class, I will get what I'm hoping for. Thank you.
Oh, I feel for you, but you'll manage, you'll be fine. And I hope that I will be able to guide you and narrow down the scope for you guys to focus on. And yeah, all the best. We usually go until number 5. Is there anyone that wants to go? We are together. Dineo Kabisile is confirming. Astrid Kadima Yowa. Okay. Maybe they just joined and are not really with us. Mutondi. Tabisa's got a hand raised up. You can go ahead, Tabisa.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I just want to know if your email address is still working because I sent you the question paper Hello?
Hello?
I sent you the question paper last week. I want to know if your email address is still working.
It is working, but I was off sick last week. I see your email. I will try to get to it. Yeah, latest by tomorrow. Yeah, I can see your email.
All right.
Okay. Last person will be. I've got people until Zanele. Okay, Zanele seems to not be with us. Khumulimo.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi, Zanele.
I just joined the class, so I just hear my name. You calling my name.
Oh no, we're just sharing how are things going. Is the exam prep on point, or you feeling stressed, or everything is going well, or just
To be
sharing.
honestly, I'm feeling stressed. It seems like there's a lot of things. I still have so much work to do, especially with the calculations. With the theory, I think I am covered. But since you said you were on sick leave last week, I've also sent I had a question on learning unit 14, but anyway, I've already figured it out. I'm sorted. You can just ignore the email.
Okay, all right. Not a problem. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello. On my side, I'm still preparing. I'm still working on the calculations also. The theory, I think I'm okay. I'm still confused on the target costing and those calculations and the earnings per share. But otherwise, I think I'm okay. I'm still preparing.
Okay. Although you were not too clear, but I could hear, I think I got that you
So,
not done with the calculations and the
yes,
theory, you sort of comfortable with it.
yes, ma'am. I'm still traveling. I'm heading back home now. But
Okay.
I'll be online.
Okay. Well, it seems like what I've prepared will go well because the questions that I want to go through are actually calculation questions. And from the people that have shared, it looks like most of you guys haven't started with the calculations. I do not know the reason behind that. But I guess that's generally how you prefer how to work through things. So I will do the prep first of the past paper because I believe that's more important because that will be addressing what's coming in the exam. Not what's coming, but preparation for the exam. And then the slide that's looking at assessment 2 will do that if there is time. So I will start by sharing. I'm not sure if it's in the past papers that were shared, but this is one of the past papers. It was an exam. It was an October-November exam for last year. So we will go through question 3. Just please confirm if you guys can see my screen. No.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
I believe some of you have gone through the past papers, but we can go through it together. Multiple choice, you just need to practice different
Evening, ma'am. Evening.
Hi. Yeah, there was load reduction where I'm at. So I was kicked out, but I'm back again. Apologies for that. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm gonna share again the question paper. Where is it? Yeah. So I was saying that it's nicely spread out, so you can be able to score marks in part A, part B, part C, and part D, and get part marks if you can't get the whole calculation right. So it's always important to check your steps and make sure that you show all the steps in your calculation. So in this case, they're saying that the company is a leading toy manufacturing company that sells its toys at 1,000 Rand per toy. Due to competition, its competitors are likely to reduce their selling prices by 15%. The management are considering to respond aggressively also by cutting the price of each toy by 20% and expect sales, current sales volume of 150,000 to increase by 50,000 units. The company's directors decided on a 10% target profit on their selling prices for all sales. And then the direct manufacturing cost per unit, they include direct materials or cost of 400 rands, direct labor cost, 55 rands, direct labor machine cost of 70 rands. And number of orders at 80 rands per order, 22,500 orders. Testing hours at 2 Rand per hour, which amounts to 4 million. Was worked at 100 Rand per unit, which amounts to a total of 12,000 units. And then other operating expenses per unit is research and design per unit, which is 50 rands per unit, marketing and customer service per unit, which is 130 rands. So okay, you can just take the details that you think will be relevant for the calculation, and I will give you I will give you 3 minutes for calculating the current cost per unit, 2 minutes for target cost, and 5 minutes for total profit, and then we'll discuss the advice together. So make notes that you need to calculate the current cost per unit. You need to calculate the target cost per unit. You need to calculate the total profit on the sales volumes and the total profit based on the proposed sales volumes. I think this one will take longer, but the other ones, yeah. So here's the information. Let me try to make it smaller so that you can see the information. Is it still visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So yeah, we'll start in 1830, where we discuss the answers that you got. I see. I can't see anything. I can't hear. Donald? Donald, you've got your hand raised.
Sorry, I didn't unmute. Yeah, I wanted to ask, I didn't see all the detail. If you can just make it a little bit smaller again.
Okay.
You see the direct manufacturing cost, the detail there on. Yeah, it's better now. Thank you.
All right. It is past. We can start discussing Mm. 2 more minutes. You can finish the whole question or discuss just. The question paper is on is in my Moodle, but so if you've gone through the question papers, you'll see that it's there. I was just sharing it as an example of the discussion in preparation for the exam. So we can start with the current cost. Can anyone share what they got for the current cost per unit? Donald? Yes.
Sorry, I got 785 rand.
785 rand. Anyone else? Is there another different answer? Okay. Donald, can you take us through how you got your steps so that we can follow through and everyone, I'm not sure why the others are not sharing their answers, but you can take us through it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I'm sure they will share once they find out I'm incorrect.
Okay.
Okay, so what I did is with those direct costs, it's already given per unit. So I've just taken it as is, and then the overheads, the ordering, the testing hours, and then the products that had to be reworked. I calculated the total cost on them and then divided it by 150,000 units. That, let's say, that's the current units that was manufactured or produced, and then I added the cost for research and design and the marketing expenses.
So your current cost came to?
It's is it per unit, the one per unit?
Yes, it's per unit.
Yes, the 785.
785. Okay, I think we need to break it down because I think you got a wrong answer somewhere. So the manufacturing cost, do we all agree that they are made up of the 400 for material, 555 for labor cost, 70 for machinery, which is 525, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the manufacturing overheads. What's this first one is the number of orders. So the ordering cost, it's 80 rands per order. And we know that the quantity is orders, right? Right,
Yes.
anyone?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
and then like Donald said, we divide that, we take 80 per order times 25,500 to get the total. And then we divide by the 150,000. Agreed.
Yes.
Okay, that gives us 12 rand per unit. And the same for the next one, it will be 2 times 4.5 million hours divided by 150,000. It gives us 60 rands per unit, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
that will give us 60. And the next one will be the cost will be 100 rands because it's given it's 100 rands per unit. So the total there is 172. And then we come to the operating cost, which is 50 rands and 130 rands per unit, which is 180 in total.
Sorry, ma'am. I've just missed you on that part. Let's say on the number of units, the rework, they were talking about reworking of units. Can you just explain that one again?
Can you guys still hear me?
I couldn't hear anything, but I could hear.
No,
We
we
had
can't.
lost you a bit there.
No, we can't see the slide.
You can't see the what?
We can't hear you.
Okay, I'll try again, but We were at, did we all get to the 697 per unit?
No, the last part I could hear was where you were talking about the testing hours and that we get 60. From there on, I couldn't hear.
Okay, the 60, and then we got 100. The next one, they gave us that it's 100 rands per unit.
Yes, I think you should continue from there. I'm not sure if the rest of the guys did get the part you explained before.
Okay, I'll assume that if anyone didn't get it, they will say so, but I'll assume that if you didn't get it, everyone last had the 60 units. And then the next one is given 50 and 130. So if you add the 180, the 172, and the 525, it gives you the 697, which is the total cost per unit. So that's why I was saying you must do it step by step. I'm not sure where you got mixed up and got to the incorrect answer. And then the target cost. Okay, do you want to say something?
Yes, I just want to ask on that part, units reworked at 100 rand per unit. Can you just explain that part for me again? I think I got lost again there on that one. Because I get 8 rand per unit the way I calculate that one.
Did you take 100 times 12 divided by 150?
Yes.
Okay. I think let me see here. It looks like the way that they calculated it is they just took 100, which is 100 per unit. So there's no need to recalculate because the other ones, because we are looking for the price per unit. If you understand that part.
Maybe I'm struggling to understand. Let's say why that units had to be reworked. I thought they maybe take let's say a sample, nah? A certain number of units, rework it, maybe for testing purposes. Hence, I thought then it needs to be a portion across all units.
It to be apportioned across all units.
Yes, let's say to take the total cost for that exercise, and then you look at the total number of units that you actually produced in that period, and then the total cost you take and then divide it by that total number of units. Hence, I'm saying I'm struggling to understand why why that needed to be done. Maybe that's key to understand why they had to do that exercise, for us to understand if it needs to be, let's say, a portion for all the units that was produced, or we only look at it from a per unit point of view.
I think
I
it's
don't know.
because we look at it at per unit point of view at this stage.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm still, but okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Maybe you and I will look at another example, like a costing example separately from everyone else before Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. And then the next one, it was to calculate the target cost per unit. Okay, I'll pick on you now, Donald. What's the target cost?
Unfortunately, I didn't get that far. Yeah, I think the overthinking kicked in. So I was not so efficient.
So the target cost will be, we're looking at they've given us the.
Can I try, ma'am?
Okay, you can try. I'm just speaking on Donald and forget that there's a whole class.
No, that's okay, ma'am. What I did was I took the sales amount of 1,000 rand, and then I looked at how much they are expecting, how much profit they are expecting to make, which is 10% on the sales price. So then what I calculated was, I said the 1,000 rand, I multiplied by 10%, and then I divided by 110. And then I got 90 rand 91 cent. I rounded it off. Then that's what I deducted from the 1,000 rand. And then the 909.09 is the targeted cost per unit.
Oh, 900 and
9.09.
okay.
So I
You
don't know.
You started by the target selling price, right?
Yes, which is 1,000 rand.
Which is 1,000 rand, but they're telling us that they are aggressively cutting the price of each toy by 20%.
Oh, so we don't. Okay, I think I got confused as to which price to use. I get it.
And then on the target profit, they're telling us that they decided on a 10% target profit on the selling price.
Okay, can I try it again?
Okay, all right.
But I can't see the question nicely. Let me see. I think I took a screenshot of it. Let me attempt it. Okay, so I'll take the 1,000 rand
Mm-hmm.
and then multiply it by 80%, divide by the 100. And then I will get the new selling price of I'm still 800 rand per unit.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that 800, if they're saying the target is 10% on the selling price, then I take the 800 and then I multiply it by 10%, divide by the 110. And then I got 72 rand 72, which is the profit that they are looking to make from the, so I'll round it off to 72 rand 73. So I take the 72 rand 73, I less it from the 800, and then I will get 727, which is the targeted cost per unit.
And come again?
Then I get 727.27 as the targeted cost.
Okay, you almost there, but I think you got the target
Cost.
profit wrong. The target profit.
Oh.
So you just need to take the 10% of the 800.
Oh, okay, all right. No, I get it.
Yeah, and then the target cost is 720, which is 800 minus 720 minus 80.
Okay, thank you.
And then the next one is the total profit based on the current sales volumes and the total profit based on the proposed volume. So it's a comparison of the two. So what are the current sales?
The current sales it's 1,000 rand for 150,000 units.
Yes, that's correct.
And then I got 150 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then direct material, I said the 150 units multiplied by 400 cost per unit. And then I got 60 million. And then direct material, 55 rand multiplied by the 150,000. And then I got 825,000. And then direct machine cost, 70 rand multiplied by 150,000. Then I got 10,500,000. And then reorder cost, I got, I took the 22,500, I multiplied it by 80 rand, the number of orders, and then I got 1,800,000. And then testing hours, I took the 4,500,000, multiplied it by 2, which is the cost per testing hour, and then I got 9 million. And then units reworked, I took the 100 rand and I multiplied it by 12,000, and then I got 1,200,000. And then research and design, I took 150,000 units, multiplied it by 50 rand. And then the marketing and customer service, I took the 130, multiplied it by 150,000, and then I got 19,500,000. And then which brings my total profit to 39,675,000. Hello? Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, this place is terrible. The network here is terrible. Okay, Astrid is asking how we get to the target cost. Astrid, we got to the target cost by taking the proposed selling price. They told us that the selling price is 1,000 rand, but they're planning to reduce it by 20%. So we took 1,000 rand and we reduced it by 20%, which gave us 800 rands. And then they told us that the profit, the target profit, the last sentence says the company's directors decided on a 10% target profit on selling price for all sales. So we took the target profit of 10% of 800 rands, which is the new sales. And we reduced that we deducted that from the proposed selling price and got the target cost of 720. I'm not sure if it's clear. It's clear now.
Yes, it's
Oh, is it clear now? Okay. And then who was explaining the comparison of profits?
It was me, ma'am. I don't know if the class heard what I said or not, because there was a time when I tried to say hello, hello, and I couldn't. I think nobody responded, so I think they didn't hear me.
I think we heard the first part, but I didn't hear was the comparison,
I didn't get
the
to do.
proposed. The
Okay, I
proposed.
didn't get to do the proposed part. I didn't get to it. I only finished at this first part of the current production.
Okay, you can just finish the proposed part so that we just round it off and finish it off.
Okay, so I tried to do it here.
Yeah. It's the
Mm.
same format or the same thinking as the current. It's just that you're using the
Different.
yeah, the revised numbers, because obviously you're taking into account what they're planning to do.
Okay, so I think if I'm going to take the 800 that
Yes.
units that, or the 800 cost multiplied by the new quantity, which is increased to 200 units. So now I'll say 800 multiplied by 200 units, 200,000 units equals to, so let me just calculate.
That's 160.
Yes, 160. And then after that, I go to the targeted cost, which we calculated above, which was 800 less 80 rand, which came to 720. Then I say the 720 multiplied by 200,000. Let me do. Then I will get 144 million, and then take the 160 million we got above less the 144, and then I will get 16 million.
Yeah, that's correct. And like I said, it's important to carry through your numbers. If you take your cost, your current cost per unit, you must use the same number to calculate the profit and the targeted profit, because you will get principal marks. So even if your answer is incorrect, but because you carried through the same amount, you will get a principal mark, which will be half a mark in this case.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just to highlight how sometimes you can overthink certain calculations and think they are difficult, but if you just follow through what it is they are saying, and then you try and break it down, you'll find out that it's actually simpler than what you thought. And then we'll leave the last 2 marks for the advice. Advise, you just, again, when you're advising, use your common sense, look what's presented to you in the scenario, and apply your mind as a management accountant. As you know, when the CFO or the financial director is asking you for advice, what would make sense to him, and you answer like that. And most of the time, if you answer logically and you applying your mind to a scenario, we will give you marks if it makes sense and if it's practical. Because some of the advices, you'll find that it is in the textbook, but sometimes we just want you to apply your mind to the scenario and just think like a management accountant. Let me see if there's anything on the chat. Okay. So the next one is the EPS question, earnings per share. Let me enlarge. So here you're required to calculate the earnings per share for the year, and then you calculate the diluted earnings per share for the year ended 2022. So the information is given here. I think So the company it's just the background of the company. So profit after tax from continuing activities as at 31 2022 was 15 million. The company discontinued operations in one of its branches and incurred an after tax net loss of 500,000. Ordinary shares in issue were 36 million, 10 million 2% convertible bonds. The conversion terms being 100 ordinary shares per 1,000 bond. The bondholder has an option to convert these bonds at any time before the expiry date of 10-year expiry date. 40% of the issuance was converted on 31 April 2022 because the issue was called by the bondholder. 500,000 convertible preference shares. The half-year dividend of 2 rand per share paid twice a year for shares outstanding at the dates 31 June and 31 December. The conversion terms being 2 ordinary shares for every convertible preference shares. Holders of convertible preference shares converted all their preference shares into ordinary shares on the 31 September 2022. On 1 April 2022, Berkshire Times made a rights issue on 1 new share for every 4 shares held at 2.80 rand per share. The market price of ordinary shares before issue was 3.80 rand. The company identified an opportunity in a financially struggling newspaper company, the Daily Sun. On 1 September, the company issued 22 million shares at market price in order to raise the much needed funding. On 30 October, the company issued 100,000 compulsory convertible debentures. These debentures are convertible to ordinary shares on 30 October 2025. Each debenture is convertible into 1 ordinary shares. Assume a tax rate of 28%. So you're required to calculate the basic earnings per share for the year ended, and you're required to calculate the diluted earnings per share. So I think looking at the time, we can do this together. So what's our starting point for the basic earnings per share calculation? Donald, Pinky. Are you guys still there?
We are here, ma'am.
What's our starting point for the earnings per share calculation?
We will start with the doing the that what do you call it? Diagram where we not really diagram or a table. Yes, the table where we will put a column for shares and then a column for what do you call it again?
Earnings.
Fraction, yes, and then at the end we get that column for weighted average, yes, ordinary shares.
Okay. What's our shares in issue?
I think they said 300. How much did they? I wrote it down somewhere. 36 million.
36 million. And then what's our fraction of year?
It's 12 over 12.
When is our next? So the rights issue was exercised on which date?
I'm trying to get this question paper.
Donald, are you still with us, Donald? Karen, can you guys still hear me? It's gone quiet
We
now.
can hear you.
I can hear you.
Pinky,
Yes, ma'am. I'm
are you-
trying to get where we are told about the when the rights issue was what do you call it? Executed or something like that, but I cannot see. So I'm trying to read through the
on number
question
5.
paper.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. The yes, ma'am, this one is still giving me a little bit of a headache. I'm not yet comfortable with it. I'm still working on it, so it's still yes. I'm still not there yet. But I think with this one, because it's a rights issue, we need to calculate the what do you call this thing? The theoretical X right value per share, but I'm just not sure. But I think this is where we start doing that calculation, but I'm just not sure.
Okay, let's start with the easy marks first.
Yes.
The profit attributable to ordinary equity holders. Let's get those easy marks first. What's the profit from continuing operations?
It's 15 million.
And then and then we need to reduce our profit with preference
loss.
dividends. Preference dividends, what's our preference dividends? It's in number 4.
Yes, 500,000 convertible preference shares. The half-year dividend is R2 paid twice a year for shares outside of the conversion term being R2 per share. Okay, so I think we will take 500,000 and then multiply it by 2, then multiply it by 2 again because it's paid twice a year.
Paid twice for shares outstanding, the conversion. But they're saying the conversion of 2 ordinary share for every preference share.
But
So
Isn't that where the conversion shares will be converted later on? For now, aren't we focusing on the preference dividends that are being paid out?
But it's paid
Oh.
up to it's for the convertible preference shares. And they're saying that they converted all their preference shares. The last sentence.
Okay, holders of convertible preference shares converted all their preferences. Okay, all right. So if they're saying we need to know how they are converting, the conversion terms being 2 ordinary shares for every convertible share. So we are going to say 500,000, we multiply it by 2 to get how much the ordinary shares that will be converted will amount to.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll reduce that, and then we'll get a profit from continuing operations attributable to equity holders. And then what else are we going to adjust for?
We're going to adjust for the period as well, because all preference shares into ordinary shares on 31st of September.
No.
Mhm.
What else are we going to adjust for, like in the profit?
Okay, we're going to adjust the 500 loss that is made from the other branch.
Yes. So that gives you the profit
For
attributable. Yes.
Yes.
So those are your easy 3.5 marks out of the way. And then you come deal with the difficult stuff.
Okay, no, I get it. So now this is what we will then be populating. Or this is what I will calculate outside of the table before we get to the table, or will this be forming part of the table? Or this will just be in preparation, like part of the calculations that will come in handy later on?
It will come in handy because remember, when you're calculating earnings per share, you take the earnings divide by the number of shares. So you need to know what the earnings are.
Okay, no, I got it, ma'am. Thank you.
So we go to the what you call the weighted number of shares.
Yes.
I will use the other method. There are two methods.
Yes.
The second method, it starts with the shares at the beginning of the year, which is 36,000.
Yes.
And it's for the whole year. And then it goes to the next one, which is the bonus. Where's the bonus? What line is the bonus? There is a rights issue of 2 million, which is the we'll also do it for 12 months. And then because it's only on the 1st of April.
Yes.
So
we will apportion it, and
yes,
for the
we'll
9
apportion
months.
it for the 9 months and the one for the 2 months. I mean, for the whole year.
Yes.
And then we'll get to the convertible bonds on the 31st of April.
Where's the 31st of April?
This one.
Convertible bonds. The conversion to 100 ordinary shares per bond. Okay, so now, which means we're gonna take the 10 million and then divide the 10 million by 1,000.
Yes.
1,000, and then we will get 10,000. Then we multiply. Oh yes, the community 100 ordinary shares. Okay, and then we multiply the 10,000 by 100.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we'll get 1 million. So which means we will have 1 million ordinary shares from the convertible bonds.
But it's 40% of the issue.
Was converted.
Yeah.
So which means then that 1 million,
It
we
will
take
only be
40%,
40%,
which is 400,000.
which is 400,000. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. And then the 400,000 will also be apportioned because it's from 31st of April. So which means
Yeah,
will
it will
be
be
May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, which will be 8 months. 8 over
8
12.
over 12. Yes.
Okay, all right.
And then the next one is on the 1st of September, they issued 22 million shares.
At market price.
Yeah.
Okay, so this then I will make like another line, say a new share issue.
Yes.
Okay, and then put the 22 million, and then also apportion that with the fraction of
The number September, October, November, December.
4 months. So it will be
Yes.
4 over 12, and then you get the
Yes.
weighted average at the other on the other side.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the next one is the compulsory 100 compulsory convertible debentures, which are convertible to ordinary shares on 30 October, and each share is convertible into one ordinary share.
Yes, but doesn't this one then going to form part of the other calculations? The what is it? The second one, the second request that we have on the question, part B of this question. Oh, because the shares are not yet, they are issued, but they are, it's like not really issued because what's the question again?
The question
They issued
says
convertible debentures, so it's not yet shares. So it's like, what do they call it again? The word, Ish, I forgot. Let me check.
debentures are convertible to ordinary shares on the date each debenture is convertible onto one.
So wouldn't this, we use this when we calculate the DEPS, not on the weighted average? I'm not sure. But because they are not yet shares, they are currently, so it's like prospectively it's going to be shares someday. So we will report on that when we are calculating DEPS. I don't know, I need clarity on that one, but that's how I thought I understood how it works when I'm trying to get the basics of it. So I'm not sure.
I think if it's at the option of the holder, but these one are compulsory convertible.
So they should be included as part of the weighted average shares.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I think
No,
the keyword is compulsory.
Oh, all right. I hear you. Then we will say 100,000 compulsory convertible shares. These shares are convertible to ordinary shares.
And then we'll
Okay, so
approach
which
you.
means it will be 100 ordinary shares.
Yes, yes. But it
Yes,
will be
from,
apportioned, it will be weighted, I mean.
yes, from October. So from November, December. So which means it will be 2 months. 2/12 will be the fraction.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we'll get the amount. But I'm not
Yes.
writing down, ma'am. So I don't know if somebody's writing down as we are talking.
All I told you when you joined the class is that keep your ears open and your papers and pen with you. So it's not my problem if you're not writing down.
I think I'll remember. I think I will be able to try and make it out later on when I look at the question paper. But we don't have this question paper. I looked at I can't find it, or maybe let me say I can't find it in the questions that we have, but I'm sure I'll find it somewhere on Telegram
Yeah,
or somewhere, the question paper.
yeah, there's a lot of earnings per share questions. I just picked this one, but there's a
Yes.
lot of earnings per share questions. You can
Yes.
choose any earnings per share question and practice with it.
Yes, but I think this one, because we've discussed it, it will be easier to put together the pieces and they will actually make sense because we spoke about it, you see. Okay, and then from there, I think
And
then we sum up
then yes,
the
you've got your earnings, you've got your
weighted.
number of shares. Yeah.
Yes. Now you get the totals at the bottom, and then from there you take the weighted average ordinary share total, and then you go back to the profit that we calculated when we were starting, the new amount that we got from deducting the preference dividends and subtracting from subtracting the preference dividends and subtracting the loss, whatever is remaining from there, you divide it by the weighted average ordinary shares, and then you get the what do you call it? Earning per share.
Earnings per share. Yes.
Yes.
Just like that.
Mm.
And then on the diluted ones, we've got the profit from continuing operations. After we took out the preference dividends, right?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Now I'm lost. Okay, let me try and figure it out. From my workings that I done on other questions, maybe I'll be able to get it. It's still giving me a challenge, that one, the DEP. It's, yes. Let me just see. Okay, we will take the total that we got above of the weighted average ordinary shares. We'll populate it there.
Are you starting with the shares or with the profits?
We are starting with the shares at the top.
Okay.
Yes, so we will.
I thought you start with the easy marks, which is the profit.
Yes, the profit.
Yes. The new profits.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
that we calculated.
Yes, and then you adjust it for diluted earnings.
No, I think I'm a little lost, because for me, my understanding was that, yes, I think you're correct. Yes, we start with that one. And then from there, we try to get our potential ordinary shares and go through the question and see if there's ordinary shares that are in the prospects of coming. I can't see nicely from here. Let me just check and see if I can identify them. Or remember there, they said 40% of the shares. I can't remember what the question is. Where
just hold on. MLR Malope. How are you writing a sub? MLR, how are you writing a sub?
Well, I wrote the exam during semester 1 and then I was granted sub. So I don't have information for any classes that were attended this semester or any information for this semester. So that's why I was asking, where can I find the recordings?
Oh, that's why I'm confused that you're writing a sub. Sorry, Pinky. I posted today on the, let me just stop sharing. I posted today on the link, all the classes, including last semester classes, are loaded on YouTube for MEC 3703. I posted the link. I'll update with more tomorrow. So I'll just post the link, the YouTube link, so that you can access it, Malope, as well. I'll post it here on the chat.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So it will have, you can just go through any class that you want to look at, but it's just all the classes from semester 2, because we just took over the module, and we're just trying our best to make sure that you guys get everything, since we're not able to go through all the material. But the recording from previous semester, have got all the recordings.
Okay, so on the YouTube, I'll also get the recording for this class included because the network is very bad. Some of the information just can't grab it. I'm lost there.
The link will be on my module, and it will also be uploaded on the YouTube as well.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, Pinky, let's continue. Oh, someone, Moses has posted the YouTube link. So yeah, there you go. So if you go to the playlist, you'll see all the videos there. All right, Pinky, let's continue with the diluted earnings. The reason why I make you start with the diluted earnings is because the formulas, the request asks for earnings per share. So that's why I'm saying start with the earnings and then go to the shares. Yeah. Like, because it's logically like that. So you calculating earnings per share. So you start with the earnings and then go to the number of shares.
Okay.
So okay, yeah.
And now from here on the diluted, we start looking at shares that can potentially be bought, or which are issued, but maybe not yet. What is the word? Not yet acquired. So I think somewhere we calculated 40% of some shares. So now we can make provision for the 60%. I can't remember what number it was on this list because I can't see the whole question paper. So I can only see from number 4. So can we go up a little bit to number, yes, here on number 2, where they said the convertible bonds, only 40% of the issue was converted. So which means there's 60% that can be converted in the coming year or so. So we will calculate it. I think it's 600,000, 60% of that we calculated, because I think the 40% was 400,000. Now this one will be 600,000. So you will make a line there by under potential ordinary shares, and then put in the convertible bonds of the 60% of that under there.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct? Am I on the right track?
Are you on the earnings or are you on the shares?
I'm on the shares now.
Oh, sorry.
On the potential ordinary shares. Are we not done?
Convertible preference shares.
Yes, now I was still on the bonds to say the convertible bonds that are prospectively potential ones is the 60% because we were only able to convert 40% of the bonds. So that 60% is the possible bonds that could be issued, the potential.
And then we added with,
and then we will also put in with the ordinary shares that were calculated at the top.
which is
I can't remember the total because I was not writing down. I was not writing down, but the one that we used to divide the into the profit to get earning per share.
it was okay. It was the weighted average shares.
Yes.
It was 51,116,667.
Okay, 51,116,57.
Six.
Yes. 67.
667.
667. Okay. Yes, we will take that one. Add these potential shares that were available but were not converted yet, which is 60% of these convertible shares. And then let's read on and see which other one we will include.
There's nothing else.
There's nothing else. Now we will add the weighted average ordinary shares of 5,111,667 plus the 600,000 of the potential convertible bonds that are not yet converted. And then we get the total. Now we will take that total now and divide it by the profit that we calculated there at the top, and then we will get the new the DEPS.
So from the profit, you forgot the interest on convertible bonds.
Oh, yes.
So it's the preference shares, right? And then the interest on the convertible bonds, and the interest is after tax, remember?
Oh, yes. No, I get it.
And
So
it's also for the number of months.
So that should have been there at the top when we were calculating the profit, the new profit.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also adjust for the ordinary, the profit at the loss from the continued operations, which yeah.
Okay, no, I think I'm getting it. Yes, I'm understanding a little bit. There's better light now. Now that we did it together, I can attempt to do a question.
Yeah, so this was just to highlight that these calculations are not that difficult if you follow the steps. Obviously, you need to practice examples in the questions in the textbook and the tutorial letter and in the assignment. So just practice the questions and think about why you're doing things. Like I liked it when Pinky was saying, no, they're not convertible, or they're gonna be convertible in the future. So we need to take into account of that. And she remembers that no, there's interest that needs to be added back to the profit, and it needs to be after tax because there's a tax consequence as well. So just think about what you're doing and try to write all your steps in your script when you're answering, and not assume that we we will figure out where the number is coming from. Just write down, even though that you can see that your answer is giving you numbers that, you know, that you think are weird, but carry on working through with those numbers, because you will get a principal mark and you will get a logic mark for your work that you're presenting. I guess that's the point that I wanted to drive, and that's why I was saying let's go through these examples as a class, and you actually do it yourself so that you can see where you're going wrong and where you need to go practice. If you can see that you're getting lost, then you know that you need to go back to your notes and redo those sections. But other than that, all the best with your exams. I've put all the videos on YouTube, so you can just go to all the classes. It's the previous class. It's mainly classes from last semester, so it covers everything. Because, like I said, we were not able to cover everything. So you can go to, if you're struggling with EPS, you can go there. If you're struggling with target costing, or if you're struggling with theory and some different sections, you can go there, and hopefully you will get clarity. Khumulimo. Khumulimo, your hand is up. I don't know if it was raised by mistake or what, but I see you've unmuted yourself, so maybe we the ones who can't hear you. You can just write in the chat, because we cannot hear you. Okay. Are there any questions?
Yes, there's a question, ma'am. I just wanted to find out. So with this theory and these chapters, can you scale them down a little bit for us in terms of which ones to focus on, or we must just go through it all?
I think I've scaled down the calculations.
I know it's not enough.
I've scaled down the calculations, won't you say so?
No, but anyways, thanks.
So I've
Still a
really
lot,
scaled
still a
I've
lot.
really scaled down on the calculations. So if you do those sections, those sections in the calculation side, what did we do? We did EPS, we did hang on, we did EPS, we did what else did we do?
Target cost.
Target costing, and hang on, let me quickly check something. But those ones that wanna go can go, but because it's beyond our time. So on calculations, your earnings per share, yeah. And then on something wrong here. And then on target costing. And then if you would look at the leadership styles and project management skills, that would help as well. And then you look at strategic options. available for different companies. So I think if you got that, you'll be safe in the exam. Are you happy, Pinky?
Thank you, ma'am. That will help. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Unfortunately, we don't issue out memos for past papers because we still have students that are still requiring remarks for exams dating back to 2022. So we don't issue out memos because we get into trouble. It's a university policy to not issue out memos for exam papers. So I was just using it for demonstration purposes. But like I said, you can use any example, like any assignment or any textbook information on basic earnings per share and diluted earnings per share. The principles will be the same. You don't need to.
Mhm.
So yeah. Assignment 2, the solution has been loaded. It was loaded. Let's mute Mobile. Assessment 2 was loaded on. It was loaded on the 15th. Mutloung MM. It was loaded on the 15th on my module.
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
I did check. The one that is on my module is for first semester. It's not for second semester.
It's for first semester.
Yes.
Okay, let me just check while I'm with you on the line.
Yeah, let me also go back to my UNISA.
Assignment 2.
Yes.
I'll go to the, now I'm looking at the question 4. It's the Gantt chart.
Yes.
And it was the Gantt chart, question 4. Or is it something?
Just that my connection is very bad. I don't have any access to the internet.
I
So
can
then,
share the, I'm sharing question 4 on the screen.
okay, because now I've connected with the cell phone.
Can you see my screen?
Okay, okay, Lynn. Yeah, I can see your screen now.
This is question 4, and I know question 4 was the Gantt chart.
Can you go? Okay. Just everything now is electronic. We don't have hard copies anymore.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see, but is it for the first semester? So the second semester or semester 2? Okay, then I'll look for it after the class. Thank you.
Yeah, I just went to my Moodle now and I just opened the solution.
Okay, then I'll search for it. Should I fail, then I will inbox you.
Okay, not a problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, guys. There's not clear on strategic options for different company. Is it in the chapter that deals with that? Maybe I'm lost. Is the chapter in the textbook? Yo, Molaudi, I don't know the textbook by head as to which chapter it is. But I was just saying, just look for that section, or maybe just browse through the videos, like go through the videos and you get to the one that speaks to strategic options. I'm not sure which learning unit it is. So go through your module and check on the under the learning units. I've given you what to look at. I can't tell you go to this learning unit now. Yeah, that's really up to you now. Any other questions?
Ma'am,
Yes, Astrid.
how would you rate the exam paper? Is it like easy, difficult, or middle?
It's a fair paper. It's a fair paper. I didn't set the paper personally, but I moderated the paper and it was moderated externally as well by someone from a different university. So we go through all those and quality assurance and chair of department. So we go through all those checks to make sure that the paper yeah, my network gave up on me again, but I was saying that it's a fair paper. So if you are prepared and you were listening to what I was saying, you will do well. And we want you guys to pass. Management accounting has got a bad reputation of a poor pass rate. So we're trying our best to make sure that we don't live by that bad reputation. Veronica.
Okay.
Veronica
evening.
and hi,
Yes,
Veronica.
good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Yes. Can I kindly get clarity on that one for project management? I didn't hear the whole part. The network was cutting.
As to
Project management. I just had the project management part, but I couldn't hear further.
oh, you mean you were writing down?
Yes.
Oh, I said, I said,
These exams are draining me, yo.
just be aware of what project management skills are.
Oh, skills.
Yes, as well as leadership style theories.
Leadership style theories. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Pamela.
Hi, ma'am. I just want to ask, are there any multiple choice questions?
Yes, there are always multiple choice questions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Zanele.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Zanele.
I just wanna ask, is it possible for us to get the recording before we write the exams? Because I lost the connection and then I just log in again now.
I will, as soon as it downloads, I will post it.
All right.
I'll
Thank you so
post it
much.
on my model and I'll edit on YouTube as well.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. Molawudi, can you expand on what you mean? Molawudi? Is Molawudi still with us? Looks like he left. Oh, you here? Which question has more marks? The questions are split equally. based on the selection that, based on the topics that are being tested. So they're all split equally, if that makes sense. Like there's multiple choice, there's target costing, EPS, project management, controlling perform, like there's different topics and they all like more or less 25, it's 25 marks per question, which has part A and sometimes part B. So it differs question by question. Are you answered? Okay, you're welcome. Any other question? Okay, I'll try to get to the emails that I couldn't get to last week. Yeah, by the weekend, latest by Saturday, because I know you're writing on Tuesday. Just make sure that you've checked the QR code. You do not plagiarize. Please do not plagiarize. Please do not use AI. Please, 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 because you'll get a 0 and you'll have to go through disciplinary hearing and you waste a year or a semester and you'll get a bad record. Please do not. Veronica. Oh, it was Zanele first. Veronica, you can go.
Oh, okay. You remember last time during the assignment 2 preparations, I asked about A on some target calculations on this target costing. You need 12, study unit 12, but I'm not yet answered. I posted the question on my life using my life email address.
Veronica. Is it Veronica, the name?
Veronica Choko.
Okay, let me make a note. Okay.
Yes, can you just check on the study guides, ne? Unit 12.4 profit maximization model.
Okay, I've got
Thank
it
you so
opened here.
much.
I'll respond.
Oh,
And then
okay,
it
thank you so
was
much. I was asking about this A because all other on the formula, everything is explained except A. The A is blank.
okay. I will.
Whereby B is change in price divided by change in quantity, but for A is blank and I couldn't figure it out.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Zanele. Is it Zanele? Zanele, you had your hand up?
No, that was an old hand.
Okay. If there is no other question, good luck to you guys. Khumulimo. Khumulimo, we can't hear you. Khumulimo, can you type on the chat because we can't hear you? We can see that you muted. I mean, you've unmuted yourself, but we can't hear you. You can type on the chat or you can email me, or preferably type on the chat because there might be someone that can possibly benefit from your question. Any other question? I don't want to keep you guys from studying since you know what you're going to study now. Are you happy, Pinky?
Yes, I'm happy. Thank you.
Okay, Donald, are you happy? Oh, Donald decided to ignore me a long time ago. Thank you, everyone. Oh, he asked a question. Khumulimo is asking about EPS. Do we use a table format? Preferably because you'll do your workings in Excel and then copy them to Word, copy and paste them to Word. So yes, Khumulimo, it usually looks neater and makes more sense. You've got what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, you've got 5 days to practice that table on Excel and copying and pasting it to Word. So yeah, it would make life easier. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.